Welcome to the class on Reaching the World, Local, National, and Global Evangelism. We're really excited about this course.
We're trusting that God's going to work in your life in this course to give you a greater sense of His heart for the world and also a greater sense of the world's great need for Christ. In this course, we're going to give you the very best of what we've learned over the years about evangelism.
Throughout the years, Rick and I have been involved in 3 churches and now Heritage, but throughout all of that time, in the evenings, on the weekends, we've been involved in evangelism. We just feel like this is something God commands us to do. Go into all the world and preach the gospel, make disciples. And that's been something that's been a passion in our lives since we were in our 20s to the present time. So we'd like to share with you some of the stories and some of the ways we've been involved in local evangelism. And we'd like to share with you some of the joys, definitely, that we've had during that time, and definitely include some of the struggles that we had just to make you feel better. It doesn't always go perfectly, but certainly we have learned a lot through being involved in local evangelism.
We'd like to also talk to you about how do you help your church or your ministry within the church to become more focused on reaching people outside the church. How does a church become more evangelistically hearted? We'll talk about that. And you won't just be hearing from the two of us. We're going to bring in others who will be able to speak to you as seasoned leaders who are practicing this, who have learned much from the Lord about reaching folks for Christ. For example, we'll have some pastors in who are helping established churches become more outward focused. We'll also have some pastors who are planting brand new churches to reach brand new communities.
We've invited through our contacts in Ottawa some members of Parliament to just talk to you about there are things that God is doing across Canada that are really, really amazing. And we want to include hearing from these voices, from these national leaders of what God is doing across Canada.
You'll also learn from some men and women who are leading ministries that work across Canada, having a national impact for the gospel. Ministries like Promise Keepers Canada or Alpha Canada. You'll hear from folks at the Christian Embassy or RSVP and other groups like that.
We also really want this class to have that final global emphasis. And so on our last day together, we'll be drawing on some of the world's best leaders in the field of global evangelism. And I really hope that you'll partake of this, that you'll sit up close, and that you'll learn from these amazing men and women who are serving Christ around the globe as missionaries and as strategic leaders and thinkers, now often seasoned, becoming authors and teachers.
So we're hoping that this course will have a huge imprint and impact on your life, and that God will use you as a result of it to be more motivated, to be more engaged in giving the gospel of Christ out to people where you live.
And as you can see from the syllabus, we'll meet for 2 days in October and we'll meet for 2 days in November. And please do clear those days to be able to sit in the classes fully, because you'll be at home, you can enjoy some coffee, but be sure to think about, do I need to include a friend who would do this? Jesus often set people out 2 by 2. And if you're trying to be a difference maker all by yourself, that probably will be very, very challenging. So you might even want to include a husband or a family member or someone that would just carry this forward with you.
Yeah, and just to have a sense of community as a class, because this is an online course, we've started with what we're calling discussion posts. And each week, starting now, you'll find that we are posting a question or a topic for you to type in your response, and then for others in the course to respond to what you say. And in that way, we develop a little sense of camaraderie, community as we learn.
And for some of you that are more introverted, you may just enjoy a quiet book read. And I always found that being in school, I was so blessed through just reading and learning from the thoughts of others. So we've provided a good book list for you to just enjoy that reading, and later to be able to do some reflection on those books.
So we're trusting that this course will be used by the Lord to help you, to help us, to help all of us be more engaged in reaching the world, local, national, and global evangelism.